And if you've been on social media this weekend, those of you mates who weren't posting pictures of the Robbie Williams concert were probably posting pictures of Chinese New Year. Lots of offers on, lots of special menus over the weekend. What does it mean for business here in Dubai? And what possible effect could the coronavirus have on that business? We're very pleased to be joined in the studio by Anshul Dhawan, who is head of the China business unit at the MediaVantage. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
How big a deal is Chinese New Year here in Dubai?
Chinese New Year is a pretty big deal in the Middle East, and especially in the UAE. Now, outside of China, the UAE hosts the largest Chinese New Year event in the world. So you know how important Chinese New Year is in this market. Especially for businesses and for tourism as a sector, I think it's very, very important because they contribute a lot to those industries. And so it's a fairly important audience.
How much is that marketing done in China to would-be Chinese tourists, and how much is it being done here to expats?
So it depends on the industry again. The tourism industry definitely is looking to market to people who are already in China, who are looking to make that decision. They're browsing the web to see where they can go for their next holiday. And this is where sort of a lot of the tourism boards like Dubai Tourism, Sharjah Tourism are looking to tap into that audience. A lot of the luxury brands are looking to target the Chinese travelers when they're already in market or in the UAE through a lot of different social media platforms like WeChat, Tencent, and so on and so forth.
How important is that? I mean, it's very easy, and we do it all the time here in the Business Breakfast, to ascribe the growing numbers of Chinese tourists coming in, 990,000 last year into Dubai alone, looking at 1 million this year, to say, oh, it's visa on arrival. Is it that simple? Is it more than that?
It is actually as simple as that. You know, it is visa on arrival. I mean, property is a big sector for Chinese investments for the UAE. And people love coming here for a holiday because it is visa-free. They can make decisions very quickly in coming to the UAE. The weather is really good for the first, for 6 months in a year, the weather is very, very nice. And so makes sense for them to come here for a holiday, right?
We have seen in the last year the pickup of things like the payment platform Alipay here in the UAE. I'm assuming that people don't just make their travel decisions based on, can I use this payment platform? What difference does it actually make to one's holiday and one's spend?
It definitely makes a difference in one's spend because platforms like Alipay and now WeChat Pay is growing in the region as well. Make a lot of difference because Chinese in general, if you have ever visited China, they don't really carry cash. And they're not used to carrying cash, right? Most of businesses over there only accept payment platforms like Alipay, WeChat Pay, or Union Pay. And so it really helps in driving more transactions. And you can even drive higher transactions by offering things like cashbacks and other incentives for them to use these payment platforms.
Let's have a look, obviously, at the big issue dominating headlines at the moment, and that is the coronavirus. We have 13 plus cities apparently under lockdown in China at the moment. China suspending tour groups, hotels and flights out of the affected areas. What does that mean for Dubai from a tourism point of view?
Again, my guess is probably as good as yours. But if you look at it from a different way, I think here the visa-free sort of incentive really gives them a chance because now they can't travel nationally so much because a lot of the cities like Wuhan, which is in the Hubei province, and now a few other cities, because of the lockdown, now they have to figure out other ways to travel or other places to travel rather. And this could mean that because Dubai is visa-free, they could say that, you know what, let's just go to Dubai for a holiday because we just want to get out of this whole sort of situation and just go there for a week, enjoy the weather, and maybe,
Do you have any idea, I mean, have you been speaking to hotels and the like here about whether they've seen any bookings cancelled, any knock-on effects?
There's been a very slight, but they've also seen an increase in bookings in the last 1 week because there have been cancellations of people who have said, you know what, they shouldn't be traveling, but there have been bookings made from other people saying that, you know what, might as well just come into Dubai for a holiday.
Anshul Dhawan, head of the China business unit at the MediaVantage. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.